Hello everyone, today I'm going to be teaching you about decimals. As you could see here, there is one whole square, and at the other side there is a copy of this square, but it's divided into 10 equal parts. And let's shade one. And now 1 out of 10 is shaded, which means it is 0.1. Let's shade another one. Now there are 2 shaded out of 10, which means it is 0.2. We'll shade until we get to 10. Now I shaded another one. Now there are 3 shaded out of 10, which means it's 0.3. Now 4 are shaded, which means it's 0.4. And now it's 5. It means right now it's a half, it's the middle. 5 are shaded, which means it is 0.5. And 6 are shaded now, which means it is 0.6. Now we're going to shade another one. Now that another one is shaded, 7 out of 10 is shaded, which means it is 0.7. And now 8 are shaded, and 2 are not shaded, which means it's 8 out of 10 is shaded, which means it is 0.8. And now 9 is shaded. 9 are shaded, which means it's 0.9. Now the whole square is shaded, which means it's 1.0 because here the whole square is shaded. Now as you could see here, there are 100 equal parts. 100 equal parts. Now we're going to be shading 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now, as a fraction, it would look like this. 5 over 100. Now I'm gonna tell you what it is as a decimal. It is, as a decimal, 0.05. Now I'm gonna shade it until it's 10 now. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now, as a fraction, it is 10 over 100. As a decimal, it's 0.1. Now we're going to be shading until it's 15. Now it's 15 are shaded, which means as a fraction, it is 15 over 100. As a decimal, it's 0.15. We're going to be shading it until it's 20 now. Now, as a fraction, but first 20 are shaded. So as a fraction, it's 20 over 100. As a decimal, it's 0.2. Now we're going to be shading it until it's 25. Now 25 are shaded, which means as a fraction, if 25 are shaded, As a fraction, it is 25 over 100. As a decimal, 25 shaded is 0.25. Now we're going to be shading 5 more, which will mean it's going to be 30. Now 30 are shaded, which means as a fraction it is 30 over 100. As a decimal, it's 0.3. Now we're going to be shading it until 35 is shaded. Now 35 are shaded. Here there are 3 tens, and here there's 5. As a fraction, it is 35 over 100. As a decimal, it's 0.35. Now we're going to be adding 5 more until it's 40. Now 40 are shaded. 4 tens. 1, 2, 3, 4. Which means as a fraction, it's 40 out of 100. As a decimal, it's 0.4. Now we're going to be shading 5 more. Wait, we're going to be shading only 5 more. Now 45 is shaded because here we shaded 5 more. Now, as a fraction, it is 45 over 100. As a decimal, it's 0.45. We're going to be shading 5 more now. Now, 50 are shaded, which means 5 tens. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tens. Now, as a fraction, it's 50 over 100. As a decimal, it's 0.5. Now we're going to be shading 5 more. Now 55 are shaded because here we shaded 5 more. Now, as a fraction, it is 55 over 100. As a decimal, it's 0.55. Okay, so let's read the instructions. Each square represents one whole. Represent 34 out of 100 on the first square and 3 out of 10 on the second square. So this is the first square. They said to represent 34 out of 100. So 10, 20, 30, and then 31, 32, 33, and 34. Now at the second square, they said to represent 3 out of 10. So it means we're going to be shading 3. 1, 2, 3. Now we shaded 3 out of 10.